Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Welcome back, and now to the other big story that has broken over the last 1 hour, that the Karnataka government has decided to waive all defaulted farm loans as of December 31st, 2017. And for farmers who have paid back, they get a reimbursement of up to 25,000 rupees from the government. That's a very large-hearted government, but is it also going to mean a lot of trouble in terms of moral hazard? We have a person who knows the pulse of that state somewhat. Samit Ghosh, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, joins us now, as does Mr. Mahabaleshwara, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Karnataka Bank. Mr. Samit Ghosh, to you first. This is only, I think, loans of cooperative banks and PSU banks. But does this do something to credit culture? And do you expect that the minor exposure you have in that state could be in danger?
No, I don't think our exposure would be in danger, but as the governor, Ujit Patel has mentioned a number of times, this kind of low farm loan waiver obviously impacts the credit culture. When you go to give a loan to a farmer, often the first thing they'll ask you is this loan going to be waived, So that kind of, culture comes in. So that is, in the long run, it is bad. But immediately, obviously, the impact would be with the cooperative banks and the public sector banks. And hopefully, the state governments would be able to reimburse them in time.
Okay. Well, but as of now, this has only it's said that this is the first phase of the farm loan waiver, which is going to cost the government, the budget, 34,000 crore rupees. So this is just the partial farm loan waiver. Perhaps there is more to come. But Mr. Mahabaleshwara, your thoughts? Do you see your asset quality deteriorating?
To begin with, in the short term, definitely it is a credit positive decision of the state government. We have to respect that, because the state government has been able to come up to the expectation of the farmers. So up to 2 lakhs that they have decided to waive by having the cutoff date as December 2017. So I'm very positive that this is definitely going to help the small and marginal farmers in a great way, because it is they who have taken the small loans, and almost entire their amount outstanding as of December 2017 appears to have been eligible for the waiver. And of course, this is 2 lakhs, whatever the state government has decided. I'm told that it is per family. So that is one positive thing. And another thing, those who have already repaid, they are also eligible for an incentive of around 25,000. That is also credit positive. So in the short term, I am seeing some sort of easing out of the asset pressure from the bank's point of view.
Yeah.
Of course, long term.
Wait, 1 minute, Mr. Mahabaleshwara. Normally, at least in Maharashtra, the experience was by the time the government could put together the entire list of people who are eligible and the amounts to be waived, because these are farm loans. A lot of time the farmer takes a consumer loan, not a farm loan. So by the time the records were brought into the Maharashtra government, it took a very long time, maybe 6-7 months. What is your sense? By when will you be able to give the list to the government? When do you expect the money in the kitty? Therefore, what is the impact? Does it come only in the fourth quarter?
I presume that it is likely to happen as early as possible, because the state government has taken bankers also into confidence for quite a long, in a recent time. They have been holding frequent meetings with the bankers. And I'm pretty sure that they already have put in their action plan. And the things will start rolling out, because today the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Honorable Mr. Kumaraswamy, has come out with the declaration.
Okay. Mr. Ghosh, what is your exposure to Karnataka right now, and would you look to bring it down?
No, see, this is only for crop loans, and we really don't have crop loan exposure at all.
No, you don't, sir. My only point is generally what's your exposure, because obviously for the person who has taken the loan, to understand the difference between crop loan and consumer loan may not be that easy. And therefore, credit culture could anyway worsen. I'm just asking you, what's your exposure?
Of our total exposure in the rural area in Karnataka is less than 5%.
All right. Okay. That settles it. Mr. Mahabaleshwara, what is your exposure to crop loan itself?
In the state of Karnataka, my agricultural exposure is around 12% of my loan book.
Okay.
That means around 4,400 crores exposure I have.
Okay, and how much qualifies for this?
I have around finance to around 72,000 farming families in the state of Karnataka. So even a rough calculation of 72,000 families into 2 lakhs, I should be able to get back about 1,400 crores back. So that's a huge credit positive for my balance sheet as well.
How many of them defaulted?
Madam, they have not differentiated between the defaulter
No, they
and
have
the regular
differentiated.
payer.
No, Mr. Mahabaleshwara, from what I heard, those who have defaulted, it will be waived. Those who have paid the loans will be given 25,000 rupees. Yeah, but that will not come to you, no. That will come to the borrower. So I'm asking you, how many defaulted? That much money will come back to you. What was the percentage of default in the 72,000 families?
Default is around 40% is the default.
My God!
Yeah.
40% people defaulted.
Yeah, that is current dues. Here default means in the agricultural sector what happens, if you want to classify it as NPA, then we have to wait for the 2 crop season.
Okay.
So
these are default but not NPAs.
Yeah. This is not NPA, but it is the default.
Okay. And do you also notice that people tend to have an expectation of waiver in the subsequent season, and you are directly addressing the guys who take crop loans? In subsequent years, do you expect a problem?
Repayment culture, I have my own doubt. I may agree with your views as far as the repayment culture is concerned, but that is one thing which the state government, central government, the regulator and the bankers collectively, they have to address this issue.
Yes.
As I said, a short term, yes, definitely credit positive.
Yeah, of course.
Long term, I have my own apprehension.
Okay, so 40% of that 72,000 households you have paid to, which you did not get, will now come from the government. That is the credit positive for you. Mr. Samit Ghosh and Mr. Mahabaleshwara, thank you very much for joining us. So immediately it's a credit positive for banks because the crop loans will be paid in lieu of the farmers by the Karnataka government. That's the immediate positive. But the longer term negative for everyone is the expectation that loans will continue to get waived, and the distinction may not be made by a farmer between his consumer loan and his crop loan, and therefore there could be a general worsening of repayments.
All right, with that, we've completely run out of time on this show. It's time to slip into a very short break with the news that it's mildly lower for the benchmark indices. Reliance Industries is now down about 1.25%. It's Infosys and Titan which is dragging the Nifty lower, but on the flip side, it's ITC fighting for the bills. When we return, more market action as well as we'll take these stories forward. Stay with us. Business Lunch up next.